Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Midnight Tactical Gaming. Today, we're doing something not so tactical, like we usually do. I think that's going to be the running joke on this channel, but we are in American Truck Simulator. Today, I'm super excited to be in American Truck Simulator. It is, we're going to be going through some of the states that I grew up in. We're going to be exploring my hometown, just like the title of this video states. Currently, we're in Missouri. We are just outside of St. Louis. We can pull up the map here, where you can see we're picking up right there. St. Louis is right here. I was looking at the map, and I'm thinking that this is, Quincy is up here, Quincy, Missouri. I think we're more in the Hannibal, Missouri area. I saw some street signs as I was coming up here to pick up this package. So I think we're over in the Hannibal area. Some interesting things about me we'll talk about this later in this episode, but I grew up, my family, my parents grew up in this area right here, being Branson, Missouri, back and forth between Springfield a whole lot. We were only an hour away from Springfield, Missouri, but for the majority of my life, I grew up out here in the suburbs of Chicago, and I currently live just a little bit more west. I work for a police department just up here, on the border of Lake and Cook County, and Cook County obviously being Chicago, but it's a suburb nonetheless of Chicago, just 45 minutes west of Chicago. But like I said, went to high school right here off of I-90 in this area, and I live just a little bit west. I actually think, in my opinion, this gas station rest stop area, that's a Love's in real life off of I-90, and I live literally right behind this Love's over here currently. So we're going to be doing the route of taking this through St. Louis all the way up to I-55 through Bloomington Normal and into Chicago. And I was looking at this where we're dropping off to. You got the 55, the I-80. This is the Channahon area. I can never pronounce that correctly if I'm butchering that, but it's an Indian name. Obviously, it's Illinois, Illini. And if you, in my opinion, 55 and 90, 94 right here, this is like Chinatown, Oak Lawn area. So we're just going to be west of that. I think this is like replicating Tinley Park, Bolingbrook, Orland Park, Naperville type area right here. Off the I didn't see that 43 sign, so maybe I can relook that back up and look if that gives me some more clarity. Like I said, growing up in Missouri, I was really young, so I only know a little bit about like the big cities like Springfield, Joplin, Kansas City, Jefferson City. My dad grew up just north. He was born and raised just north of Springfield here. Gone back and forth through St. Louis. Always get gas in Rolla when I'm coming down to visit. My grandparents lived just southwest here of Springfield. And I have more family that mainly live in Fayetteville and then Fort Smith as well. So very, very used to those areas. But like I said, growing up in Illinois for the majority of my life, I know a lot of these towns. I've been to all of these towns. So we will do that. Enough talking about me. We'll hop right in the truck. Today we're driving the Kenworth W900. I have a Cummins engine with an Allison transmission, reefer trailer, but all that we got in there is cardboard, pretty much. I just wanted a run to go to Chicago, so we just picked up cardboard. I backed this thing in, and we'll try and figure out a way to get out of here. I might cut that out of the video because it looks like it's going to be such a bitch, but we'll hop into the truck. We'll get this thing fired up. It's going to be a 6-hour, 52-minute drive, 387 miles. In real life, I think it'd be like an 8-hour, 9-hour drive, to be honest. From Hannibal, Missouri to Chicago, that's pretty far, in my opinion. But get the parking brakes off, and we are rolling. Today, this is my first episode on this channel with American Truck Simulator, so I do not want to do any shifting or anything like that. As you can tell from my channel, if you're tuning in the big 2026, my channel is brand new. I only have 100 something subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of them, but I am not a good YouTuber by any means of the sense of the word. I cannot multitask at all. I can barely even talk and play video games, let alone drive and talk on a video game. But we will try. We shall. We're looking pretty good on fuel. Got my fuel gauge down there. Got my water. Got my coffee. Got my Timbs. Don't crash the truck, though. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I got a whole bunch of GPS going on right here, but I will go ahead and shut that one off. We'll creep out a little bit. All right. Looks good. Looks like we're clear. Running this thing in automatic is such a bitch move, in my opinion. I get it. I understand. But it's my first episode. And it was set up that way because technically I have been doing live streams since Illinois came out with Sandy. If you've missed those, they're on Twitch, and you can watch the recordings of them here on my YouTube channel. They were just posted recently. But we were doing company jobs, and a lot of these company trucks are automatic anyways, so there's no point in shifting. Especially when he's not shifting, and I don't want to shift, miss a gear, slam on the brakes, he rear ends me. He's gonna rear end me anyways, but damn, dude, took off. We shouldn't be that heavy. Again, it's just packaging. But this truck is absolutely fantastic. I'll roll down the windows for you guys. So you can hear the sweet noises of ATS. While we drive, I don't have too much to talk about. But because in this episode, it's just going to be me talking about my experiences and sightseeing in Illinois. This is going to be my first time in Illinois, first time exploring it in this video game. So we're just going to be talking about that in future ATS episodes. If you guys do like watching my American Truck Simulator videos and you keep coming back for more, then you can leave some comments and get to know me a little bit more. I'm 28 years old. I've been a police officer going on 6 years for a suburb just outside of Chicago. Pretty big suburb at that. And there's a lot to talk about, a lot about my life that we could discuss and get to know each other, build community, man. That's mainly why I started this channel, just so that I could build something and build a community of good, like-minded people. Well, hopefully we get this green light here. There we go. That police officer in the Ford Police Interceptor sedan. Those died off quickly, am I right? Like, I feel like a lot of towns were using those. It was the FPIU and the FPIS, and I mean, I personally never driven the FPIS. My department never bought those. I think they were kind of small. Is the reasoning behind that. But then again, you have Chargers, and departments love the Chargers. there's a whole lot of traffic here. It's about noon, I think I saw. Noon in Hannibal, Missouri. Is he just gonna run it? Yeah, he just ran that. Good for him. If he waited 30 more seconds, he would have been able to get the green light. We're gonna roll up the window because it's gonna get loud as hell when we hop on this highway. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. Let's floor it, get up to speed so we can get out of this stupid town. Just kidding. If anyone's from Hannibal, don't roast me. I'm sorry. I'm not using any track IR today either because, like I said, I'm not good at multitasking, not used to running track IR while someone is watching my video. So I move a lot. I'm constantly, like, while I'm talking, I'm using my hands, I'm bobbing my head and stuff like that, and I don't want to make you guys sick. So we're not using that today either. I'm just going to set the cruise control because in this game, Hannibal, or that area that we were at, if that is Hannibal, is pretty far away from St. Louis, Missouri. Side note. Alright, we're going off to the left. Man, we are cooking into this corner. Slow down just a little bit. I mean, I'll be straight up with you guys up front. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible in this American Truck Simulator video, but I'm a very aggressive driver. Extremely aggressive. So, I mean, I grew up driving in, you know, Illinois, close to Chicago, all that stuff. Look at that water. That is absolutely beautiful. But, and I'm a young kid. I love racing, love iRacing, love NASCAR, all that stuff. So I am naturally just very aggressive as a driver. I'm safe. I've only been in one accident, and it was my fault, and I was the only one involved in it. And it was actually really recently. I was never involved in any accidents up until the age of 26 is when I got into my first accident. And honestly, in that accident, I blame the roads. I went, like, growing up in the suburbs, everything was well taken care of. I would drive mainly through Chicago, Schaumburg is where I spent a lot of my time. We're going to Illinois. Oop, there's the arch. I've done this drive so many times right here. I haven't gotten that far up into Missouri, north of St. Louis. I usually go west, south, but we are on the north side of the arch here, which is, I've gotten plenty of pictures of me driving through here because I loved this bridge. But we'll take a look at the map real quick, just so that we're aware of where we're at. Like, we're going to be... We're going to be hopping right here on the 70, onto the 55, and up into East St. Louis, up into Illinois. This is the more common bridge that people are on. As you can see, the yellow is, I was driving back and forth on it and stuff like that, just checking it out. We're going to a whole lot of barges down there. They got the riverboat down there. Love the riverboat. You can see it over there. Absolutely beautiful. Well, we're holding up traffic, sightseeing, so let's floor it, get into East St. Louis. I'm telling you, man, I am moving around so much, so that's a good thing. You guys are glad. You guys, trust me, you guys should be glad I'm not running track IR right now. Or any sort of VR. Alrighty. Chicago. We want the Chicago, so we're going to stay in the left lanes. We're not going to East St. Louis. That is a horrible place to be. Again, sorry. If I roast your town, you can It's fair game. You can put it back in the comments and roast me. Slow down. We're slowing down. This Tahoe can't figure his life out. Okay. Well, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be stupid about it. I'm just gonna go around you. Alright, and we're on the road again. Let's get up to 65. That way, once we're up to 65, we can just set the cruise and we can relax and just look around at the scenery. I am past 65. Let's slow down just a little bit. Slow down. Oh, too much. There we go. 67, close enough. But man, I was so excited. Dude, these trees look so good. They look just like Illinois, man. I don't know how I can say that a tree looks like it's from Illinois, but it feels like it's from Illinois. And I absolutely love SES for what they do to make this, the vibes like Illinois. And like all these other states. I've played SES since day one, since it first came out. When it was just California, Arizona, New Mexico, but it was also the super condensed version too. You know, they went through that rebuild to make it a little bit longer. So I started back then, but to be honest with you, I didn't know truly what I was experiencing. I hadn't gone to the West Coast until recently. Last year was my first time on the West Coast. I've always been a Midwestern, or, you know, vacationing in the South, Southeast, North, Northeast, and so I've never been West. So I didn't understand, you know, what I was looking at. It wasn't until we got to Texas. Texas was as far as I've ever gone west. Texas was so good. Oklahoma. We got Arkansas, then we got Missouri, and then I was like, then I started this YouTube channel after Missouri, and I knew Illinois was being released, and I was like, when Illinois comes out, that is when I will do my first American Truck Simulator video, and that's what we're doing here today. I was like, 2 states that I really know a lot about, I'd be happy to do it. We're gonna go follow Chicago to Champaign. Man, I just feel like, oh, baseball field. I just feel like I just know that. I just know where that is. I just feel it, you know? I have watched other YouTubers do, you know, Illinois and ATS before I've released this. Oh, those smokestacks. Common smokestacks. You always see that on the 55. But I have watched other YouTubers, and I've left some comments on some of their videos, and I was like, yes, like that is true. That is absolutely true. Those things are there, blah, 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 all that stuff. I went to college. I graduated in 2020, and, you know, the COVID year, and I went to Illinois State University. That's in Bloomington Normal. So we will be passing through there as well. And that was one. Ooh, look at that train. We'll honk at that train. Watching a YouTuber doing a, you know, ATS video through Bloomington Normal, and they, you know, noticed like that whole bus depot and everything like that. I was like, yes, like that is there. That is so cool. That is awesome that they put that in the game. Whenever you saw that bus depot, you're like, yeah, I'm close to Bloomington Normal. I'm close to my stupid apartment. I'm close to doing finals. Makes me want to throw up just seeing it in a video game. 70 flag. We're able to get it up to 70 now. I'm all over the road. We'll get it up here. You can see the tar snakes in the ground. It's so good. And then when these trees clear, you just see all this open, vast space, man. The sky looks so good. The clouds look so good. Rest area, 1 mile. I'll say something about me. I don't use these rest stops a lot. As a kid, going back and forth between Missouri and Illinois, my parents would always stop. I would have to go to the bathroom all the time. I didn't want to be in the car. But I see these rest stops all the time, and I've stopped at them when I was younger, but now as an adult, I don't stop too much, and that sounds crazy, but these X's are in the ground too. I've always wondered, like, why don't cops sit there? But they never do. As an adult, I don't use the rest stops as much, but I think that's like me just not drinking enough water, honestly. I feel like I am, though. I'm drinking at least, 1 water bottle or a soda or something like that while I'm driving. Alright, we're going to stay left to the Chicago-Peoria area, but here we got Veterans Parkway. This is the start of Bloomington Normal right there. I did a whole lot of door dashing in college, so I was very used to... Oh, is that an IDOT trailer? Oh my god, dude, that is so cool. But yeah, I'm guessing then we're just outside of Bloomington Normal. If there's a rest stop, I'd like to stop. But, I mean, there's none in real life, so I don't think that there obviously is going to be one here. These windmills out in Bloomington Normal, you would look outside. I would look outside my apartment, and you would just see miles and miles of windmills, and they would just all be blinking the red light in unison. And I absolutely love that. Fell in love with it. These little green things start right here at this little exit here. There's a whole bunch of hotels and or apartments. Oh, I'm gonna crash this truck, dude. I see a little thing there. I'm gonna stop. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna pull off into Main Street. We're gonna explore this a little bit. Yep, there's the hotel. The building directly in front of us, that is a movie theater, or it was when I was in college. I don't know if it's changed in the last 6 years or not. I've never gone north on 55 and got off this way, so a little interesting. But it doesn't let you go left. If you went left here, that would bring you right into the college. The football stadium would be to your right, and my apartment was past that football stadium. And on the right, I lived in the flats, 611 East Osage Street, Normal, Illinois. Now there was always, let's see here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Just trying to look at the map here. We're trying to see. The bus depot is probably a little bit over there. There was a trucking facility, so I think that trucking facility is pretty legit. It's supposed to be there. Gas station though, I don't recall a gas, because I would always get off here on this exit right here because I was going south on the 55 and make that left. But I don't ever remember there being a gas station here. So I think that was probably just added by ATS for the purposes of the video game. We're getting lost here. How do we get in there? We'll pull into this Volvo dealership. And then we will get this thing turned around, back on the tracks, and I'll see you guys when we're back on the highway. During Parents' Weekend, I actually DoorDash delivered to this hotel right here. I believe it's a Best Western, or it was at the time. And then I think there was a Holiday Inn next to it or something like that. But we'll progress onto our trip. I just was so excited to see Bloomington Normal in this game. I knew it was going to be in it. It's a big location. Waterson Towers is the tallest point between Chicago and St. Louis. So obviously Chicago being the tallest buildings, in Illinois, and then St. Louis being the next tallest buildings. Illinois is so flat and doesn't have any tall buildings until Waterson Tower, if you're following the 55. Alright, we're at 65, we'll set the cruise. I would always come flying through here. I drove a 2012 Ford Mustang at the time, and I was just flying when I would come through town here. I want to drive this at night and see if those windmills blink in unison. I'd be very curious to know that. Road's a little rough right now. My hula girl is going crazy up there on the dash. El Paso, Illinois. And then you got these blue signs. Man, I feel like I'm just driving in real life, dude. I just feel it. Small little town there, Chinoa and El Paso. Now we've entered into Livingston County. We've left McLean County. Is that the church over there? Dude, if they put the church in this game, in that little cemetery, that'd be insane. I'm gonna crash this truck because I'm just trying to rubberneck this thing. Man, the detail. If they put the airport that's out in the cornfield, that's a little bit north of here, I'm gonna lose my freaky marbles, dude. It is getting a little dark. I'm kind of disappointed in that. Disappointed in myself. It's 7:34 p.m. I wanted to do a daytime run. I didn't want to get into Chicago at night, but truthfully, we're not even going to be in downtown Chicago, so like, it doesn't matter, in my opinion. Okay, so a little compressed here. I'm trying to. I don't remember this, but I don't know how close we are to what we're doing here. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so yeah, we're about to cross into the 80. So that was I want to say the Kankakee River or the Des Plaines River with that bridge. So we're close. Run's about to end. A run is about to end. And with that being said, I'm going to hop out really quick and I'm going to do a quick screenshot. And we are back. Ooh, just all over the road though, man. You can see the Sears Tower out there in the distance off to your right. And yes, it's the Sears Tower. It's not the Willis Tower. It's not whatever they're calling it now. I will say though, that's how you know that this map is so compressed, because in real life you wouldn't be able to see it from where we're at right now if you're just south of I-80, which I think now we're technically north of it. But oh, we're getting off at Harlem. Oh gosh, we're getting off now. Horrible driving by me. That's okay though. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to me babble. We're gonna be doing a whole lot of Illinois, man. I can tell you that right now. And the next one, I hope to drive through Chicago, and we will go a little bit west towards Rockford. Take a look at my house. I guarantee you they modeled it in the game. I'm just kidding. You can tell that this gas station off to our right here is a Shell gas station. Classic Chicago Shell gas stations. We'll roll down the window. Smell the fresh pollution on the south side of Chicago. Although we might have to roll it up so we don't get shot. No, I'm just kidding. Well, they don't get green lights here? Alright, there we go. We are pulling in here. Open up, open sesame. Oh, do I gotta go that way? Probably go that way. We're through, and we'll be dropping off here. You guys can probably leave this video now if you don't want to see me park this trailer. I appreciate you guys for showing up and watching. Be sure to like this video. It helps me out a ton. And if you want to keep coming back for more and want to support this channel, subscribe. It's completely free. It does not cost you anything. And I just want you guys to keep coming back for more so that we can build this community together. I'm gonna get this thing parked up. You guys can watch that if you want to. It's not going to be anything too crazy. It's pretty decent sized lot, so I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. But I'm going to shut up and I'm going to park this thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, brother.